refused to pay and were imprisoned, while others hindered the actions of local collectors and were similarly jailed by royal decree without trial. Because this method of imprisonment was normally only used when the state was in exceptional danger, Charles's use of it was viewed as abuse. When Parliament was summoned again in 1628,
That's interesting. Coloring for the camera is neat. Never done that. I used to color books, but then I just started making my own, like, patterns. I like the squigglies I do here. I hope that TV isn't too loud. I need something to listen to while I do this. But, yeah, I like these squiggly shapes. They feel good to color in. And, yeah, I do this sometimes. I'll fill this whole board eventually if I get the chance. And yeah, I can do stuff like this, but I like to do this, so I do it. And yeah, so that's part of it. And we're gonna go with I have a box of pencils here, by the way. That's what I'm going through right now. That's what you're hearing. I'm gonna go with that's not even sharpened. Some of this is just shit I've had since I was a child. Trash from art sets and stuff. I basically have built my own art set. Let's try and get a better out zoom here. And there we go.
With the would-be cash cow parliament disbanded, the king made peace with his foreign enemies and embarked on a period of sole rule. To his supporters, it was the but to his enemies, it was the more sinister sounding.
I put the circles here by using paint and folding the board. That's why they're all over each other. Don't really know why. I just wanted to see if it would look nice. I think those circles with the paint and the design look nice. That is crayon. Some of them didn't work out as well as others. I might go back over this with paint. But I do like the drips. The drips are cool. Yeah. We're gonna go back with a nice purple here. Do a squiggly line there. Big part of this art style I like that I don't have a name for because it's a mixture of abstract and just liking to put color on a board. It's kind of like doing a puzzle, but you're making this puzzle.
In continental Europe, the situation calmed somewhat during the personal rule, with the death of Gustavus Adolphus at Lutzen.
Yeah, I feel like a red's good here. It's okay to color out the lines on this sometimes. Fuck, I'm using a phone to see. But I like it kinda. It's nice to be able to get a zoomed in, clear picture for once.
With the stalemate, the threat deteriorated significantly, if it was ever possible at all. Meanwhile, Charles proved himself a champion of theatre, painting, architecture, music, and other aspects of high culture. Overall, a Capuchin priest named Father Cyprian.
When I went to school and I was much younger than I am now, teachers used to tell me this art style was stupid. I think they were stupid, but I'm pretty dumb, I won't lie, but I'm not dumb as they were. I mean, fuck me. Were they stupid teachers? Really don't have anything to teach us. We did honest. Besides the basic math shit, like, it's all their fucking influences, and they're all terrible, because everybody has terrible influences. I am a terrible influence. If you're a child, you should not watch my shit. We're gonna take a vape hit break in a bit. That's what I get for fucking not looking! I'm kidding, I'm not screaming like that. I'm a fucking fucktard.
Upon ascending to that position in 1633, Laud began to overreach his authority and make everything worse for almost everyone who didn't share his own view on church matters. In addition to his Pope-light innovations to the Church of England, which convinced many Puritans that they were gradually being delivered to the Catholic Church on a silver platter, Laud also repeatedly prosecuted Puritans and opponents of episcopacy, the government of a church by...
We're gonna take a quick sharpen break, because some of these are really fucking dull. And I'm gonna sharpen pencils, I guess. Because fuck this. Not sharp shit. I need this good and pointy, like that. That's a good sharp pointy pencil. Use it.
His awful torture didn't have the effect Laud wanted, and even moderate Protestants used the trio as martyrs. To them, it was becoming clear
I poked through the board there. That's a no-no. It's part of the game, man. You can't. Oh. Every time you sharpen one, it has to break. I feel like a red's good there too. This is more. Oh man, I don't.
Despite the largely peaceful and tranquil nature of Charles's early personal rule, the need for money was not diminished in the slightest. Unwilling to call another parliament to grant him subsidies, a number of creative measures were used to raise royal funds and at the same time bypass Westminster. Predictably, these clever legal tricks were viewed by Parliament as blatant petty cash grabs.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do another sharpen break here.
Monopolies over a product or industry to one individual or company, exploiting a loophole in the law that forbade this. Despite raising over £30,000 per year,
There we go.
this policy angered almost everyone
Woo.
else. Merchants excluded by the monopoly were
Would you believe this is all zoomed out, by the way?
regular laborers were annoyed because under monopolies, prices tended to rise in return for inferior products. Most infamous was the soap monopoly. Dubbed Popish soap, this product supposedly blistered the hands of those using it, and because of the Catholic Manufacturing Board of the monopolist company, was said to blister the soul of Protestants as well. Charles also began reintroducing obsolete medieval laws in strange ways, providing ancient fines on knights, people living in royal forests, and people building homes outside of designated areas in London. These fines were originally designed to find individuals into stopping a certain action, moving out of the forest.
Sharpen break.
But Charles did not
Sharpen break.
the action because he
Good
wanted
and sharp. We gotta be sharp.
While this was a technically legal and clever use of the letter of the law, it went against the spirit of the law and was widely viewed as unjust. The king's most infamous fundraising measure was called ship money, which was reintroduced in its original form in 1634. It essentially served as an emergency financial levy in case of invasion, which allowed the king to collect money if there was no time to call parliament. Maritime counties would contribute funds for the construction of ships, which would then theoretically be used in defense of those counties. It was a fair system if employed as it was intended. Charles I founded a Lord. Charles extended the collection of ship money to inland areas as well, areas which were traditionally exempt due to their lack of a coast. Moreover, the collection of ship money was an emergency levying of funds, and there was no true emergency. However, the king got around this by having his lawyers bring up an old statute dictating that it was the king who determined what was or was not an emergency. So, the king got his money at first. When the ship money tithe was repeated year after year, though, it became a massive problem to Parliament. After all, annual monetary tithes are in reality taxes, and taxes could only legally be raised with parliamentary consent, however much the king tries to legally state that it was not a tax. Naturally, all of this generated intense resistance from such individuals as John Hampden, whose actions in 1637 challenging ship money gave him a reputation as a champion of individual liberty. It also connected the parliamentary cause with property rights. Throughout the latter part of his personal rule, opposition began to mount increasingly against King Charles I. However, this opposition could not be channeled into any meaningful change due to the irregular and infrequent intervals in which Parliament convened. Nevertheless, this state of affairs would soon change due to growing unrest to the north in Scotland, where the meddling of one Archbishop Laud was about to trigger a war. Scotland's decentralised and radically Protestant church, known as the Presbyterian Church, had deeply ingrained roots in the country's lowlands and parts of the Highlands. The Scots held on to their native faith lovingly, so when Charles and his administration tried to impose the Anglican Book of Common Prayer on them by royal decree, England's northern neighbour began to implode